YouTube? This is Brooke, your friendly neighborhood Park Service recruiter, and today I want to talk to you about getting to that first drill weekend for Indoc. The Navy has put together a really good website, an onboarding website for people joining the reserves, and it's going to give you like a downloadable workbook, a list of like everything you're going to go over for that drill weekend, what to expect the first, second, third drill weekend, things like that. So definitely check that out. I'm going to link it in the description, and that's going to be a good resource for you. First and foremost, you cannot do anything with the Reserve Center until you are gained. Timeline-wise, this takes about a month from the time that your recruiter sends your gain package. Now, you're going to know that you're gained because either someone like myself, a recruiter, or the Reserve Center, or both, is going to reach out to you and tell you that you're gained. Like I said, it takes about a month. If you're kind of in limbo and you're like, hey, it's been over a month, I still don't know, you can always just reach out to your recruiter or to the Reserve Center. If you don't have the Reserve Center point of contact, you can go to the Navy Reserve home port, click on the NRC tab, go to the little triangle, the location that you're going to go to, call that number, ask manpower. Now, once you're gained, that's when you have the green light. You can get started on everything. My recommendation is to get your CAC as soon as possible, because when Saturday morning rolls around of drill weekend, it's going to be busy. You're going to like forget things. And the last thing you want to worry about is like an escort getting you onto base. So a couple of options there. You can log into the DEERS website, which I'm going to link in the description. You can go to any one, just make sure to bring 2 forms of ID. Now, if you're in a place like I was in Minnesota where there's not like a Navy base anywhere, you can always go to like a National Guard Armory or, Air Force Reserves, Army Reserves, depending on your location, there might be more of those sorts of resources there. So I recommend that. Now, some of the Reserve Centers have ID offices in their facility, but then you're still gonna have to worry about getting on there. And also a lot of times it's appointment only. And if that's like the only place nearby, it's gonna be really busy. So just think ahead about those things. So you're gonna need to get your CAC. If you wanted to sign up for anything like TRICARE Reserve Select at this point, like if you have a family and need the health insurance, you can do that at this point. And then you're gonna wanna look at the drill schedule. What works for your schedule? So if you don't have the drill schedule, your recruiter is supposed to send you a welcome aboard package and or the Reserve Center. But if you still don't have it, you can log on to the Navy Reserve home port the same way that you got the number, click on the SharePoint site, and then there's gonna be a little tab that says drill schedule. So just click on that and it's gonna tell you. Now, not every Reserve Center is going to have a drill weekend every weekend. So that's something that would either be in the drill schedule or you can just ask them. Here in San Diego, we do have one roughly every weekend, but some of them are only like once a quarter. Now, when it comes to Indoc, you're gonna show up, hopefully you have your CAC, show up, you're gonna go in, you're gonna say, hey, I'm here for Indoc, and you're gonna, be in your type 3s, you don't have to be in your dress uniform or anything. They're gonna shuffle you to the whatever classroom that they're gonna be doing, and it's gonna be death by PowerPoint, unfortunately. So, pros and cons to that. Pros is you can get all of your questions answered. So write down any questions that you have. My brother's wedding is next drill weekend. What do I do? Where am I going to be going for AT? How do I know if there's going to be funding for X, Y, and Z? Get all those questions out of the way. Cons, obviously, it's going to be pretty boring, but that's just prepare for that. Death by PowerPoint for the first drill weekend. You're going to get briefs from the different departments at the Reserve Center. So manpower is going to give a little brief, and you're going to be filling out the information there. Like I said, on the onboarding website, it'll tell you like specifics, like state of legal residence, your W-4, things like that. Security is going to come by. They're going to talk to you about that. The XO does a brief here, and he does a really good job explaining kind of everything, just things like that. So just be ready to learn about the reserves, and this is really like your introduction. It truly is a totally different world from active duty. So just be willing to learn and stay open-minded. Another thing that I recommend, if this is going to be possible for you, is while you're there, either reach out to your unit that you're going to be drilling with, or go and introduce yourself. If it's a small reserve center, a lot of times you can just ask like, hey, where's this unit like drilling at, which classroom? And you can go there, introduce yourself. Hey, I'm HM1 Oaks. I'm here at Indoc. I'm excited to get started. I'm gonna be here next month. What do I expect? That way you can get ahead of it for the next drill weekend. You're already gonna have like a point of contact, face to a name sort of thing, because little do you know, they're gonna be drilling in their classroom or wherever they're drilling, and your name is gonna be on their list they're going to be like, oh, who's this HM1 Oaks person? And, you know, they don't know that you're in Indoc some of the times. So that way you can go there, put a face to a name, that way they know what the deal is with that. And they're going to be, your unit is going to be the ones taking care of you, basically. They're your chain of command. The reserve center is going to be taking care of you, like with your admin type stuff, like I was saying. Like they're going to be doing your security, you know, your mustering at the end of the day, things like that. I know the first drill weekend is like pretty boring, but this is super exciting. There's a lot of opportunities and a lot of learning that you have to do. So my recommendation after Indoc, that first drill weekend that you have, is learning as much as you can, sitting down, you know, figuring out who's the person that's, you know, maybe been there the longest or knows the most about the reserves. Really sit down and pick their brain about things, because there's a lot of different opportunities that aren't necessarily spoken about, if that makes sense. So learning like the secret sauce stuff and really getting to the nitty gritty of what the reserves is all about. And that's going to help you a lot too. Like, for example, hey, I don't want to go to this AT over here in Wisconsin. How can I get on this AT over here in Bahrain? And how do I like get the extra funding to do the 29 days type things like that? So sit down with somebody that knows what they're doing and just learn as much as possible. Now, keep in mind, there's going to be a lot to learn and you're only doing this 1 weekend a month. So you are going to come to points of frustration and you're going to be confused and not really sure what's expected of you and what to do. And that's normal. So like I said, build yourself a little network in the reserves, join the Facebook page, the Navy Reserve community, ask questions there. You can watch videos like this. I'm just really trying to put as much information as I can out there to soften that learning curve as much as I can. But if you wanted to go over anything specific, you can either comment on this video or you can reach out to me directly on Instagram, and I can try my best to explain. But other than that, thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions and have a great day.